We're ready to go with Across Louisiana, Acadiana Style, brought to you by Melojoy, the original Cajun coffee. We're taping our show on one of the hottest days ever in Louisiana, but we got a very cool lady with us. It's Lena Charles. She's with the Southern Development Foundation, and they put on the Zydeco Festival. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thanks for having us.
All right, we appreciate it. I'm looking at your information, 33 years with this.
Yes.
Tell us about how this got started.
Yes, 33 years. That sounds like a long time, but it's a lot of fun time. The Treasures of Opelousas at Holy Ghost Catholic Church actually are the original founders of the original Southwest Louisiana Zydeco Music Festival. And it was a way of promoting the Creole culture through the music. And, just to make sure that people understood 33 years ago, it started in a bean field in Plaisance. We call it the Woodstock of Zydeco. It's still in that original bean field. And from the Treasures of Opelousas Southern Development Foundation, which our founder was also the pastor at that time of Holy Ghost. As it grew, the foundation took over hosting it. And so here we are 33 years later, still in the bean field, 600 acres, and we're just about to celebrate our 33 years, and we are excited.
You know, it sounds like it got to a certain size, too big for a church. It needed a foundation to be able to keep
exactly.
it. It's one weekend, but it's a whole year's worth of work on this sort of thing.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And what we'd like to do this year is invite people to come and celebrate that first year, because we're paying tribute to John Delafosse, which is one of the 5 bands that started the festival on a flatbed truck.
Wow.
And his son, his baby boy, Gino Delafosse, is going to be on the card as well. But we're going to be doing tribute to the Delafosse family, recognizing our early beginnings, and he was part of it.
Okay. Well, it's September 25, and I'm looking at your poster down here. You got quite a lineup. Let's talk about it.
September the 5th.
Oh, September the 5th. I'm sorry. I wrote 25th.
We don't want them to miss it.
Okay, September 5th. I stand corrected. Yeah.
We don't want them to miss it.
There'll be nothing but beans on that day, huh?
Yes.
So who's playing?
Well, we're going to start off with the Grammy winner himself, Mr. Chubby Carrier, and he's our ambassador, of course, at 12 o'clock. And then we'll move on to we always get a new guy and his group to start, give them that opportunity to play on that main stage. Bragging rights for Plaisance, so to speak. And that's Terry and the Bad Boys. And then we have Travis Mott, right there from the Port Barre, Cot Springs area. And Gino Delafosse himself is after that with French Rock and Boogie. Wow. That's when we have the tribute to the Delafosse family. A lot of guests will be there, special guests from all over, helping us do that. And the baby boy of Zydeco after that, Lil Nate, and the big timers, Steph Rito, homegrown right there in LeBeau by way of Texas. Wow. And closing it out is Leon Chavis. Non-stop Zydeco from 12 to 12 on Saturday, September the 5th.
Well, it's Louisiana. Now, I'm sure you're going to get plenty to eat and drink out there, huh?
Oh, yes, yes. Every traditional food that you could think of, Creole and Cajun, will be out there. Lots of beverages to drink, friends, everyone that you want a family reunion with, class reunions, people will just come out and just have a good time. Lots of shade.
Good. That's important. Okay, we're about out of time. Your website or phone number, how can people get a hold of you?
www.zydeco.org, and the telephone number is 337-290-6048.
All right, Lena. Have a good time. Y'all have a great time out there.
Thank you for having us, Jason.
All righty. Okay, we call them our #1 sponsor. They are the original Cajun coffee. They are Melojoy. Take a look at this feature.
We think Melojoy coffee is pure joy. We love to drink it every day, all day long, and we think that most people in Acadiana do as well. So it's just a little play on our French heritage. The pure joie is something we look forward to each and every day as we get up and get moving. You know, being founded right here in Lafayette, Louisiana back in the 30s speaks to a lot of tradition that we have here in this part of the world. And it's exciting to be here and be part of the food culture that we have here. I've gotten to participate in the last couple of years in food discussions put on by the Chamber of Commerce and a lot of different things, talking about how popular Louisiana foods are, and especially Cajun food. So we like to think that we add a little bit of spice to those discussions as well. Coffee is the most consumed beverage on the planet other than water. We've got a large market out there that we can penetrate, And people do drink it now just about all day long. They start in the morning with it, and they drink it through midday through lunch, and then maybe some decaf at dinner time. And that's the fun part about it, is we like to experiment with a lot of different types of roasts. And we're into new packaging nowadays with single-serve cups, so that you can just make that 1 cup of coffee at night if you'd like, or you can still buy the traditional bag and make it throughout the day, a pot at a time. We buy on certain graded beans only. First off, all of our coffees are made from 100% Arabica beans. That's what we choose to make our coffees with. We like to use Brazilians. It's a stronger bean than a Colombian, we think, and it makes our coffee unique. We want to be different. We don't want to taste just like somebody else. And we only buy the very high grades, the extra hard beans, so that we get a very full-bodied flavor out of our coffees. We buy the top 1% in the world. So we're not a inexpensive coffee. We would be classified as a gourmet coffee on the shelf. If you go to the grocery stores and look, we are in the gourmet section a lot of times. And we take a lot of care in picking those beans out. We test every bag that comes in. We sample every bag that comes in. We roast them in small batches, and we cup them right here in the facility every time before a new run goes out to the supermarkets or to offices. All of our packaging, whether it's the small frac packs that go into the restaurants and offices or the 12-ounce bags that go on the shelf, all have a one-way valve in them to allow gases to escape but doesn't allow air in. So the packaging stays fresh on the shelf for up to a year without any noticeable change at all in the coffee. We've been asked by a few people to develop a line of coffees for them. The first people that approached us were the Duck Commander folks, the Robertson family of the Duck Dynasty TV show fame and the Duck Commander Duck Call products. They wanted to venture into the food world because their mantra is faith, family, and food. And so they contacted us to do coffee for them. So we came up with a few different roasts for them. Some really neat packaging. Obviously, you got some camo on there. You got to have camo if you're going to do something with those guys. We did a line of single-serve cups in hot chocolate for Uncle Si. He's kind of the crazy uncle in the TV show, and kids love him. He's probably the #1 celebrity in the family for the kids. And so we did a hot chocolate in the single-serve cups for him, so it's really neat. And we've got a couple of coffees out in 12-ounce bags, and we also did them in single-serve cups that you can find in the grocery stores throughout Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, all the way up into Oklahoma, Missouri, over into Mississippi and Alabama as well. So anybody out there that drinks, if their company drinks a lot of coffee, or if they have an idea to sell a lot of coffee somewhere, I mean, we would love to do a private label for them. That's what we're basically doing for the university. We're working with a few other universities as well to develop private labels for them. It's a great source of income for the universities, but there's a couple of corporations that have also contacted us recently about doing private labels for them, where we put their company logo on the coffee that's served every day in their locations. If you want any information on any of our products, you can go to www.melojoy.com, or you can give us a call at 337-264-7195. Whoever answers the phone, we'll be glad to take care of you, answer any questions you may have.
We're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, we're going to meet Lori Bienvenue. She's from the Crouch Foundation, and we're going to talk about National Suicide Prevention Week. Stay with us.